Good morning. So, general scheduling for 2024 Broncos start this week, which hopefully means a lot of you will get scheduled, and then you can hurry up and wait for your Bronco to get here. So I figured it'd be a good time to talk about what I think are the top 5 accessories everyone should get for their Bronco. Well, let's go. Number 1, and many of you are going to roll your eyes and groan when you see this, but number 1, you should get a user manual. Crazy, I know. What do you mean I should get a user manual? Doesn't the Bronco come with a user manual? Ha ha ha. No, it does not. What you do get is you get the supplemental owner's guide. This is like the equivalent of a quick start guide. It's not that valuable. If you want the full owner's manual, you have to order it online. This came from a company called Helm. This guy I think costs 35, 45 bucks, something like that. I will link it down below. They probably don't have the 2024 available yet. That'll probably be available later this spring. But Ford does have PDF versions of all the user manuals. You can download them, take them to UPS, FedEx, whatever, get them printed, bound, up to you. Now, in Ford's defense, they do offer the owner's manual, but it's terrible. Let me show you. What you do get is a digital owner's manual, and this thing is worthless. Let me show you. Stand by. We have to wait for the Bronco to boot, because of course, if you wanna get to the owner's manual, you have to wait for it to boot up. I'm already bored. All right, so if you want to get to the user's manual, features, owner's manual. Oh great, now it's got to load. Did you ever think we'd live in a world where you'd have to wait for your owner's manual to load? This is ridiculous. Hold on, I gotta go back. There we go. This thing is worthless. All the information is here. I will give them that much, but this thing is worthless. The search function is terrible. The videos are, it's not good. So if you want some sanity in your life, get the full, thick, complete owner's manual. It is a complete owner's manual. And guess what? This works without a battery. Isn't that nuts? Who would have thought? So if you're stranded in the middle of nowhere and your Bronco doesn't boot up, this still works. It's crazy concept. Number 2 on my list. Now, when you buy the Bronco, they of course will give you 2 key fobs. Great. In my opinion, you should buy a 3rd key fob. Why? Why should you buy a 3rd key fob? So let me explain this real quick. The Bronco, most Ford vehicles, actually not just the Bronco, most Ford vehicles let you program up to 4 key fobs. You can program those yourself, but in order to program the 3rd and 4th key fob, you need at least 2 key fobs. You cannot program an additional key fob with only 1. So, hopefully you see where this is going. So let's just pretend I have 2 key fobs. I have my primary one and I have my spare. Or maybe if you're a couple, you have husband, wife, whatever. Now, let's pretend somebody loses a key fob. Maybe they ran over it with a lawnmower. Maybe you were fishing and it fell off the boat. Dog ate it, kids dunked it in the soda, I don't know, whatever. You only have 1 left. There is no way to program an additional 3rd key fob without going to either your dealership or a licensed locksmith. How much does it cost to order a new key and get it programmed? Well, it's going to be around 350 bucks, 350 bucks. Maybe at a licensed locksmith you can do it for cheaper, but at a dealership it'll be roughly 300 bucks. That's an expensive chew toy. That's not cheap at all. So let's back up. Let's start out with our 2 factory key fobs again, but this time we will buy and program ourselves a 3rd key fob. Now let's pretend Toby the German Shepherd says, oh, this looks like a great chew toy. Goodbye. Well, guess what? We still have 2 key fobs left. What does this mean? This means we can buy another spare and we can program it. So how much do these things cost? Well, the fobs by themselves are only about 45 bucks. That is way better than the 300, 350 you'll be paying a dealer. Now at this point you have maxed out the key fob slots on your Bronco. You have Toby's chew toy, you have your other factory key fob, you have your first spare that you programmed and your second spare that you programmed yourself. So if you lose yet another one, your only option at this point is either the dealership or a licensed locksmith. But hopefully this makes sense and shows you that you can save a lot of money if you ever do lose a key fob by going ahead and buying a 3rd key fob as soon as you get your vehicle and getting it programmed, sticking it somewhere safe. Cool. Oh, and by the way, if you ever want to know how to program a key, you can use your newly purchased battery-free user manual. Ah, see, it's all coming together. All right, next one. Number 3. Door storage. Now from the factory, the Bronco does have some door storage bags, but they're not that good. I actually have them back here on the passenger seat still. They look like this. They're just netted. They're held in with bungees. This bungee wears out, this net tears. They're not good at all. So I highly recommend you upgrade your door storage. These right here are from a company called Bartact. I store all kinds of stuff in here. I have gloves in this one. Over on the other side, I have all the winch equipment. It's super handy. Here's an ice scraper. I was looking for this. Handy, super handy. There are lots and lots of options for this. There's some that are made out of plastic, out of metal. Mountains to Metal is a really good American small business. Highly recommend their stuff. I think they also have some for the rear door as well. So tons of options. Shop around, definitely get yourself some upgraded storage. To install those door storage bags and many other accessories on the Bronco, you will need a Torx set, which is my number 4. This right here is a Torx Master set that I got off Amazon. I am going to link it down below. I don't know if I can recommend it though, because you can see some of my most used sizes are definitely showing some signs of rust, which is kind of disappointing, but it's from Amazon, so what do you expect? You will need 2 sizes, or 2 different types of Torx bits. You will of course need the standard Torx bit, which looks like this. You will also need Torx Plus, which looks like this. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but you'll need both. Torx is everywhere on the Bronco. There's Torx here, there's Torx here on the trim rings, there's Torx holding on these bags, there's Torx holding on these grab handles, all of the accessory points up front, Torx. More Torx. If you have the HD modular bumper, that is also all Torx. The hardtop's held on by Torx. I think you get the point. There's lots of Torx in the Bronco. Definitely invest in a Torx set. While we're talking about tools, if you're looking at tool sets, if you don't have a mechanics tool set yet, and you're looking at some tools for your Bronco, just know that everything on the Bronco is metric. You do not have to worry about any of the SAE sizing. Now, obviously, most toolkits will have both metric and SAE, and it is good to have SAE sizes for accessories and whatnot, but everything on the Bronco, anyway, is all metric. There is a new video that Project Farm just released. Oh, Project Farm is some of the best content on YouTube. So if you haven't heard of him before, allow me to introduce you. He's got some great stuff. Anyway, he's got a video on mechanics toolkits, comparing and contrasting. I will link it down below. It's a quality video for sure. I'm admittedly a bit of a tool fanatic. My latest addition to my tool family is this guy from Milwaukee. It's just a electric ratchet, and it happens to also come with these guys. This is pretty much all the sizes you would need, all of the common sizes anyway of metric that you would need to work on your Bronco, and it's included with this. Now this is not cheap. I probably should not buy this, but you know, if you're an addict like me, I will link it down below. Number 5, and admittedly I had trouble coming up with a number 5, but so I actually got 2 items. But before I talk about the items themselves, I need to talk about Ford Pass points. So what are Ford Pass points? Well, it's basically Ford's loyalty program, and I'm not here to sell you on Ford's loyalty program. I actually think it could use quite a bit of work, to be perfectly honest with you. But the gist of it is that you earn points by buying a vehicle, taking your vehicle to get service at a Ford dealer, or buying parts, taking part in promotions, whatever. You can use those points on future service items and future parts. It's just your standard, right? It's like your standard loyalty program, more or less. So when you buy your Bronco, you'll be awarded with 42,000 Ford Pass points. That equates to 210 bucks. Now, Canada has different point values and different point conversions. I won't pretend to know what it is up there, but at least here in the United States, 210 bucks worth of Ford Pass points is what you'll get. What can you buy with that? Well, I got 2 options for you. The first option is, of course, your standard floor mats. This needs no introduction. I'm pretty sure this is some, ooh, I got a penny. Yeah, self-explanatory, right? I don't have to explain this. I'll put part numbers down below. Obviously, floor mats are nice to have in any vehicle, even in the Bronco with the washout interior. They're just nice to have. It keeps it clean, right? Like, hopefully, I don't have to explain this, do I? Yeah, I don't think so. All right, option 2. Actually, let's do option B. Option B, mud flaps. Mud flaps is option B. Now, I have a secret. I don't like mud flaps. I think mud flaps are as ugly as all heck. I think they ruin the way the Bronco looks. But these off-roading tires are really good at grabbing pebbles, rocks, all that kind of stuff, and flinging it all along the side of your Bronco. This is especially true with the Sasquatch tires. I do not have the Sasquatch tires. These are BFG KO2s, but even these throw rocks. So if you want to save your paint, you kind of need mud flaps. Ford does offer a few options for mud flaps on Ford accessories. Some of them are pretty pricey, honestly, but the Ford Pass points will put a nice dent in them. Definitely worth it if you care about your paint and you don't have like paint protection film or something like that. There's also lots of aftermarket options available, including the ones that I have. This is not a Ford part. These are actually the mini mud flaps from IAG. Again, I hate mud flaps, so I couldn't handle full mud flaps, but these are great. These look pretty factory if you ask me. They do a great job. They really do. So that's it. That's all 5.5, I guess, but you know, whatever. If I missed something, put it down below. I'd be curious to know about it. Socials, they're all right here. Feel free to reach out. I'm also on the Ford Bronco subreddit community Discord server. Ford Bronco, yeah. Wow, that almost broke my brain trying to say that. I will put that down below. That's actually probably the easiest way to reach out to me if you needed an answer sooner rather than later. If you have a 2024 order, good luck. Hopefully you get scheduled and I can see you out on the road sooner rather than later. Talk to you later. Bye. And yes, I did get my Bronco back from the dealer. And yes, they did fix the sway bar. Good stuff. There will be a video on that someday. Maybe not next week, maybe or the week after. Maybe not till after the holidays. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I also want to put the new badging on my Bronco, but it's only a few degrees above freezing, so, you know, that's just going to have to wait. Might have to wait until spring. We'll just play it by ear. Enjoy your holidays. Bye.